What's happening? Hey. Oh. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Pajama, with Pajama Life. And today, man, we have some really interesting, fun, really different things to watch. We are going to be discussing the two kind of creative episodes of Strange New Worlds, the Those Old Scientists, and Subspace Rhapsody. And as well, we're going to review the Super Mario Brothers movie for the kiddies and those are kids at heart, as well as Hidden Strike, the new Jackie Chan and John Cena movie. But I couldn't do it without these boys right here. So let's start with our Kentucky Bay. David, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Great to be with you on this beautiful night in our nation's capital. What an eclectic set of films we have to talk about tonight. Looking forward to it. Get your popcorn and tokens ready. Let's see if we can get a free game.
And this guy right here, Pat, say hey to the people out there.
Hey, everybody. I just wish that I was as eloquent as Dave is with his. He always has a great tagline coming in, and me, I'm just like, hey, let's talk about the movies. So let's talk about the movies.
Or in this case, maybe sing the movies. Let's take a look at Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Oh, good.
How are you so excited for some random portal nobody's ever heard of?
Because it might do something.
Which it hasn't in 120 years.
Guys, the ancient thing is doing a thing. What? You guys look very realistic.
Well, let's see if Subspace is a fan of the Great American Songbook, huh?
Apologies, the most confounding thing. We appear to be singing, most unusual, so peculiar.
Honestly, I assumed it was something you had all rehearsed, but I sang too.
So did I, and I do not sing.
All right, which one of you want to go first? Let's say David.
Oh, wow. What two really fun episodes. This, in my mind, and I think this Star Trek show really kind of sets a new bar for excellence in science fiction. That's a big statement to make, but I do make it, and I say it with great sincerity. This shows the creativity and fun you can have in science fiction. My goodness, these old scientists, this merger between an animated show and a live action show was incredibly creative and fun. That was wonderful. The musical episode kind of harkens back a little bit in my mind to one of the old Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes when there was a curse that went out there and they all were having to sing. Man, just really good stuff. If you haven't watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds yet, you are missing out on what I consider the best television show on streaming, on cable, on regular TV today.
Big words, Patrick.
Wow, I would like to just go ahead and echo. I want to go ahead and echo everything David just said, because this is actually the best thing. And I want all our viewers out there, however many y'all that are out there, to let you know that we had to lobby hard to get this on here. This was amazing. This is the best show I've seen in quite some time. I'll tell you what, every episode is individual. It's unique. I mean, the crossover was delightful, and I gotta tell you, I have a real kind of a soft spot for musicals, and they did a hell of a job. I'm just telling you, it was solid. You got to see everybody kind of do some, kind of come out of their comfort zone of a usual Star Trek type of thing. You saw everybody singing, you saw some dancing. You got to see Klingons like they're the Backstreet Boys, and it was super solid. I'm not giving anything away because they're all doing their thing, and it was just. This is my favorite show that I watch right now. I mean, every episode is good. You can watch them individually. They're not episodic where you have to follow. It's not like what they did in Next Gen where you had a season-long story arc with minor stories that move the narrative along from story to story. This one is more harkens back to the original series, Those Old Scientists, where they individually each episode was its own thing, which I did love the crossover from the Lower Decks, because Lower Decks is probably my second favorite show of Star Trek right now, because you always wonder what was going on with the people that just ran the engines, not just Scotty and Kirk and Spock and Bones. They had people working for them. They're just walking around, just some of you saw a lot of them die on the planet, and they're all wearing red, but you get to see what they were doing before they went and died on the planet or whatever. You get to see, the junior science officers doing their thing or whatever, learning, climbing up the ranks. So it's great. It's a great show. And this one is just super awesome. I mean,
yeah,
the Nurse Chapel song was Chef's Kiss. It was so good. I loved, I mean, her lip syncing wasn't great. Obviously they had pre-recorded it, and then they all had to lip sync over it. But this is the show you should be watching. If you're not watching this, you're missing out on the best actual episodic TV that's going on right now. And now let's hear Pam tell us why it's not.
I actually enjoyed these 2 episodes, one more than the other. But I think that it was a lot of fun. But I don't want them to venture into being gimmicky. And I was almost like, okay, I think for me, it might have been better if they did just one of these this season, and then maybe did the other one next season or something, so that we don't fall into every week they got to do something weird or different, or you got to have 2, when is the musical episode, or when is a crossover or something, so that you lose the kind of just storyline of them. But yeah. I thought that both episodes were very solid. I thought the musical episode is probably like one of the better musicals that they've had on TV in a while. And it did sound like a Broadway kind of show. So it was definitely very very talented. And Ethan Peck sounded like the guy from the 80s, either like Spandau Ballet or Human League. I was just like, it gave me those kind of vibes, which I love. Okay. So I knew Ethan Peck would come through for me. Oh, such a fine guy. And the crossover was so cute with what's his name?
McQuaid.
Yeah. Not Dennis, but certainly not Randy. But he is so cute. I just think he's a Jack Quaid from The Boys. And
the killer in Scream 5.
Yeah, and Tawny, I know her first name. Newsome. She was excellent too.
Okay, yeah, Mariner.
Yeah. I thought that was really good that they used the characters. I was hoping that the other 2 people from Lower Decks would also go through, so you can kind of see what they look like in real life. But it was cute how they did it at the end. I thought, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's very cute what happens at the end. So definitely check out. And is it the best Star Trek episode ever? I don't know. What do you 2 think?
I would say ever. I would say this is my favorite Star Trek show, period.
There you go. I was going to say the same thing. I mean, there are some really good episodes in Next Gen that I really loved. But as far as just a series, the premise of this is wonderful. The casting has been solid.
That's what I wanted to talk about second. Was this violates canon all over the place?
How?
Oh, because really that Uhura introduced Spock and Captain Kirk, really? And then the whole thing
How's
with
that not canon?
The Lon and Captain Kirk having a relationship or like a romance, but then her father comes back with Captain Kirk and then has a whole thing. Come on, that violates canon altogether. So I was like,
did not violate
these
canon.
guys better not say nothing to me about canon again.
It did not violate canon in any way, shape, or form.
Lon is supposed. Wait a minute. She's descended from Khan Noonien Singh.
Right.
Okay, so how then is she having a romance with Captain Kirk when Kirk didn't meet him until the show? Khan
was from the 1990s, so he could have spread.
No, honey, no. Khan was in the original series.
Yes, he was. It doesn't matter though. This is okay. You're working on the supposition that the shows are actually built in the way that they're sequential. Khan Noonien Singh, the Ricardo Montalban character from the original series and The Wrath of Khan, was from the 90s, and he could have had kids and grandkids or spread his seed far and wide, as it were, and maybe had some illegitimate kids or whatever, and they could have aged and reproduced and what have you until you have Noonien Singh on the Enterprise there. And that, but
okay, twist yourself into making it.
I don't
work.
have to.
That to me, kind of. I was like, no,
that's
not work for me at all.
You get a D in logic, Pam. D in logic.
No, and what I think is that this was a fun episode. So, but it wasn't perfect, but it was fun. And so definitely check out Star Trek Strange New Worlds, episode 7 and episode 9.
Watch all of them.
Yep.
Don't watch
all
them.
Right.
Watch them all.
Next up is Super Mario Brothers makes it to Peacock. Let's take a look.
The Super Mario Brothers from the TV.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Toad. I'm taking you to see the princess. She can help you. She can do anything.
Princess?
It is on like Donkey Kong!
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to marry a princess and rule the world.
Wow, yay.
Patrick, what did you think?
Okay. I'm a big video gamer. I still play video games like I'm in high school, but it was okay. It was, it wasn't spectacular. I mean, it was well animated. I mean, the voice choices were pretty good for the most part. I thought, Chris Pratt was the flattest of all of them, I'd have to say. I thought Jack Black was great. I thought that Seth Rogen was a good choice. There's never been any real personality attached to Princess Peach in the video game, so anybody would have been fine. I mean, it was vanilla, so whatever. Put whatever with the vanilla, and it'll still be vanilla with something else. And the storyline was okay. I mean, it was just okay, and it was obviously designed for a younger audience, and
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, there's a lot of us old farts like me that dig video games. I still, like I said, I still play video games. I'm still forging through the Legend of Zelda right now on my Nintendo Switch, and it is a Tears of the Kingdom, and it is a slog, but it's great. So I mean, I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. It was just okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was, it was just kind of white bread. It wasn't nothing spectacular. It was filling. It wasn't bad, but it was just white bread.
Okay, David, what did you think?
Oh, I need some toast. I'm talking about the white bread. Yeah, it
With
was
butter.
Yes, definitely. All right, actually, not even just. I can even go without the butter. Just a little bit of toast.
All right.
In the oven.
What do you
Anyway,
think?
my bland food. It was okay. I'm not a big video gamer. I did think the performances were fine. It did beg the question to me: who is the target audience for this movie?
Yeah.
This is a video game that came of age for us. The animation is great. It is. I think it's lovely the way it's done. So that's something that would grab a kid. But in my mind, this is definitely a topic that focuses on people of our age, whether you're a video gamer or not, because even if you don't play it today, everybody's played Donkey Kong our age in this country at least once. There had to be a quarter or two. Maybe you got 2 quarters out and played with a buddy. So it was fine. I wonder where the audience is for this. But overall, I thought this was well done. So
I thought it was a fun, cute movie for kids, and I think that's why it made it's probably made $1 billion at the box office right now. Did it deserve it? I don't know, but little kids could watch it. Now that it's on Peacock, you could park your kids that you babysit in front of it and let them watch it. And I try to be a gamer, but I am terrible at it. So I'm sure if you went through and you played Super Mario Brothers, a lot of the scenes are like it. So it's almost kind of like a giant commercial for the game.
Yeah, I mean, there was also the Mario Kart. They were Donkey Kong Country. They were definitely telling you to go buy the video game so you could play the video game.
Right. And I'm sure at Christmas there will be a new video game, based on the movie. So you'll get to play all of this stuff again with your kids or grandkids, I guess, at this point for some of these people on this panel. But I think that this is something the whole family can watch and kids can enjoy, and people all ages can watch. So, for that, it is what it is. If this is your demographic, you probably love it. So, go check out Super Mario Brothers, the movie. All right. Finally, action, explosions, crazy premises, and green screen. All makeup, hidden strike. Let's take a peek.
No idiot. I don't see any chemistry there between you two, so I figured out.
She's my daughter.
Of course she is.
I want to go first. Trash.
Oh my God.
It was, okay. Is it something that most people can watch? Yeah. Is it a lot of action? Yeah. Does the story make sense? No. Is it obviously green screen completely? Yes. But and it's, I think Jackie Chan is trying to find that magic with other people that he had with Chris Tucker in the original Rush Hour series. And I think just go watch Rush Hour. This didn't make no sense. But it's something that you can have on in the background or Saturday afternoon or something where you don't have to think too much. You just want to see a bunch of things blow up. That's what this is. David, what did you think?
I won't go quite trash, but I was kind of thinking, man, we need a Chris Tucker buddy movie right now. John Cena, not quite the chemistry with the two of them.
And they kind of made him like the big dumb American oaf, Yeah. He's picking up people and tossing them around. He's picking up cars and tossing them around. I mean, it was just crazy. Go ahead, David.
But I overall I agree. This was not a film that it's certainly not going to go into like the archives. This isn't one you're going to like watch on a desert island if you have like an iPod or
if you want to kill yourself,
DVD or something. It's not there. So, what I love Jackie Chan movies so much. I really went into this with, oh man, this could be great. Not really. It was kind of like Dial of Destiny in that regard. It's like, let's keep some chapters closed. Let's remember it fondly.
Well, and the best part were the takeouts at the end of the movie, his Jackie Chan famous takeouts and bloopers, I guess. Bloopers. That saved it, but go ahead, Pat. Talk about
I just don't even know what to say. It was that bad. It was that. I mean, okay, it started in the first 5 minutes when they do the credits, and it is obviously
47,000 production companies involved.
Well, had 1,000 production companies. They have a thing that looks like a Chinese Communist Party propaganda moment where you have the three people and holding the flag, and it's like the young person, the worker, and the soldier, and I was just like, ooh, this is not a good start. But let's just keep going, see if it worked. And no, it did not. It was terrible. I don't know. John Cena and Jackie Chan just needed money. It felt like The Last Airbender for M. Night Shyamalan or Planet of the Apes for Tim Burton. It was that bad. It was so far out of everything that either one of them has done. I literally lost IQ points watching this show. It was that bad. It made me feel like if they had made a serious attempt at Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. That's how bad it was. I mean, John Cena, let's do the funny song, and it was like Simple Jack. I was like, oh my God. Here, real life imitates art. Here it's supposed to be art imitates life, but here we are, art imitating other art. It's just, it was so bad. If viewers, if you were watching this and you were thinking about that, spare yourself, because you will still want to be able to do math later in life, I suspect. And if you watch this, you'll be too dumb to do math, or you'll feel like you need to go defect to Communist China. It was that bad. It was that bad. It was Mortal Kombat bad.
Oh
yeah.
Boy, that is.
No, I don't think so. I think
At least Mortal Kombat was supposed to be like supernatural dumb. This was just dumb. So yeah.
It's not, but it might still be the number one movie on Netflix.
Well, that is
not necessarily
You're not like you're actually paying for that movie.
I mean, this is what happens when you have writer strike and actor strike. They gotta fill the airs with something. So this is what you get. So appreciate
reruns. It'll be fine. Reruns are fine.
We'll be doing dramatic interpretations of our favorite films as the writer's strike continues.
It's going to get, this is probably the cream of the crop than what's coming up down the road. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of stuff that was in the hopper.
That sounds like 21 feet of stuff right there,
there's just so much stuff that's out there, guys, that we haven't watched or that everybody hasn't watched because there's just so many choices. And there's some really good stuff. I watched for the first time Good Omens 2, second season. this week, and it was delightful, and I hadn't gotten around to it. But I mean, there's so much stuff that's already out there that you will still be supporting the SAG actors, which you should. Don't be a rat and cross those lines.
Yeah.
I am fully supportive of everything that they should be able to control their names and likenesses, and you know, when producers make that much money, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the system. So there's my political rant for the day. As a good union member, I'm going to say I'm supporting those guys, and I'm not going to watch new stuff while they're on strike.
Yeah.
Here.
And you know, it is some really good TV, good movies, good things going on. So, you know, definitely take a look at it. And while you do, we'll be reviewing it right here on PJ Life. So definitely come back next week and we'll see you. Hey, David, say goodnight to the people.
So long, everybody. Enjoy this upcoming week. We look forward to being back with you again and talk about some more fun things as we gear up for Ahsoka in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and before we move, we're gonna say hey to our buddy Tim Windsor. Hey, Tim Windsor, good to see you. And Patrick, give us some final words and saying good night.
Just remember to support your union actors, and just unions in general, because that's the way that workers keep themselves from being exploited. Also, remember, we don't want this to keep going forever because we'll be watching Tiger King again. Remember those dark days? Yes, I do. Let's try to avoid that. Let's try to keep good stuff coming. Make these people pay these people decent money. And I know that everybody thinks they make a ton of money. Yes, so do NFL players, so do NBA players. But you know what? There's a lot of people that come up to making the point where those guys can make that point. You've got all the minor teams. You've got all the AAA, AA. You got all these people that are still trying to make it through, and they're all part of these unions too. Support these unions. Unions are something that we coming back in fashion. So everybody needs to support these actors, support their strike. Don't watch new stuff.
Support creatives. I think that's the word. Writers and directors.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't leave the writers out of that. I apologize. All any writers out there, don't write a horrible character that looks like me, please.
Yeah. So everybody deserves to be able to control their own likeness. So definitely come back next time. We'll see you next time on PJ Live. Take care. Good